Have you ever received a prophetic word, not once, not twice, 10, 15 times or more? Do you know what to do when you receive a prophetic word more than once? I'm going to tell you what to do. So, guys, good day. Welcome to Prophetic Switch. If this is the first time you are here on this channel, if you are on Instagram or on YouTube, I would really recommend you to subscribe because I'll be sending in new videos here that are very practical from a practical point of view and also from a biblical point of view that would help you grow in your prophetic ministry and to be able to experience and partake in the prophetic atmosphere that you are in. So today we're talking about receiving a prophetic word. I have received prophetic words over my life from about 7 different people, regardless of them being prophets or prophetic personnels or people moving in the prophetic culture. And receiving it 7 times doesn't actually mean anything bad. No, it means something very good. Why? Because it means that God is trying to reach you from different sources, different people, different time, different locations, different season of your life, so that you can be able to hear, understand, believe, and act upon the word that is being said over your life. Now, the language may be different, the method may be different, but the message may be the same. I've had, like I said, I had 7 people in the last 10 years, each one of them prophesying about the same exact thing, prophesying about different locations and geographical locations in my life where I would go where I was going to minister, where I am already ministering right now. So the first thing that happened was that in 2000 and I think it was in 2006, I received a word from the Lord about me going to a certain country, going to spend about 10 years there. And after 10 years there, he was going to open a new location for me after 10 years. Now, you can imagine what happened. From then, I moved to Russia, and I've been in Russia for about 13 years. But the good thing here is this. When I clocked 10 years in Russia, God opened another country for me to begin ministry. I was now invited in their countries as a minister, also as a translator to translate ministry. And that was how it opened. Now, I remembered the word that was being said over me and the word that God gave me. Now, if you look into the Bible, if you look through all the Old Testament, all the prophets of the Old Testament, Isaiah, Moses, all the whole prophet, Daniel, all the prophets of the Old Testament prophesied about the coming of Jesus. That even the Israelites, when Jesus was in Israel, the Israelites were asking, is this the prophet that was being prophesied about? Is this the Son of Man that was being prophesied about? Is this the Savior? Is this the Messiah? Is this the Yeshua who was being prophesied about? Some interpreted the prophecy wrong, but when they believed that the Messiah is going to come on a horse, riding on a horse with his axe and his sword, he's going to create a war. And Jesus said, the peace I bring is not the peace of this world. That's what Paul was saying. He says the kind of revolution I'm bringing is not a revolution of chaos. It's a revolution of peace and of love from the inside. Now, that is what you should understand, that when a prophetic word is being released, it will come to pass. God would always remind you. Sometimes a prophetic word will release towards in your address, upon you, and you may not see anything happening. It doesn't mean that God is not doing anything. So what happens from the moment when the prophetic word is being released to you and to the moment when that prophetic word actually comes to a reality? God, at that moment, at that place of time, God is working with, 1, your character. God is changing your character. The Bible says when Saul met Samuel and God gave him a new heart, God changed his character. The Bible says David is a man after God's own heart. God gave him a new heart, changed his character. Saul, when he was still Saul, when he met with Jesus on his way to Damascus, when he met with Jesus, God changed him and Saul became a new person. Paul also, this is the same Saul who now became Paul, later on said, and when we have an encounter with God, what happens? It says there's a change of mind and what? It says it's an update of our mentality. We change totally. The way we think, the things we say. So God works with us. God works with us in the sense that he changes the way we think. He changes because God wants you to be qualified into the culture he's calling you into. That's one. Secondly, God will teach you. There are a lot of things. For me, it was about my character. I think I've been in the prophetic ministry for a long time ago, but God had to break my character. He had to break my wings. He had to make me understand that I had to work with people, love people, agree with people, even if I disagree with them, respect people, and work in a team. That's still what God is working on. God is still teaching me that. Thirdly, God is going to bring people your way that would help you. God is going to bring your teachers, your mentors. God is going to bring them to your way. You would encounter them that would help you. Paul met Barnabas. Without Barnabas, Paul would not have been the person he is. Jesus met John the Baptist. He was baptized by John the Baptist. Now listen, when Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist says, I am not worthy to untie the lace of your shoes. And Jesus said, this shall be done so that the prophecy may be fulfilled. God will bring people your way. I just feel the presence of the Holy Spirit right now. God will bring people your way that you never expected. God will bring people your way you never know, but they will teach you to enter into a new culture, into a new shalom with God, into the new peace with God. God will bring. Now, these people may not all be good. It could be negative. It could be positive. But never mind. If you trust God and walk with it and walk with God, then you would enter into that calling. And finally, the last but not the least is this: God will teach you to expect. God will teach you to believe, have faith, and expect him to do the work. He is going to give you a word. You need to believe in it. You need to have faith, and then you need to wait. You need to wait for God to make it happen. You cannot help God make a prophecy come to pass. That is the worst we can ever do. That is the greatest mistake we make. We try to help God to make things happen, but we cannot help God make things happen. We can just become partakers. We have a certain role to play. You play a role. You do not help God. You do not make it come to pass, because God has said it at the right time. Everything has a season, as a time. So you wait for your season, you wait for the time, but make sure you are ready. Like the virgins who came to see the groom. Some virgins came with extra oil, and some came without the extra oil. You have to be waiting. You have to be ready. You have to be charged. You have to be anointed. You would fall and stand, but you stand in faith. You stand in hope. You stand in understanding that God who has said it will do it, and he will perfectly do it at the right time, at the right place, with the right people, for the right community, to create and build the right culture for the right purpose. That is to edify and grow his people. I believe this video has been very helpful to you. If it has, you can just put a thumb up there. If it hasn't, well, I don't know. Anyways, please do me a favor. Write down in the comments what topic you want me to talk about, what you want me to teach you about, to share with you from my experience, from my personal experience on walk with God, about the prophetic ministry, about the supernatural. I will be so glad to share with you. God bless you and be blessed.